introductions. This one doesn't have a recap because it's the start of its own little, in a way, its own little campaign within a campaign. Okay. Who do we have at the table? We're going to start with the veteran.
Me?
Yeah. Who are you?
Well, I don't need to say my name as well.
Who are... We
no, I mean
did this in a previous
episode.
episode. Who are...
You.
You?
Well,
IRL, who are you?
I am Casey, and I'm playing Lenwe for the first time in a very, very long time. I am a half...
Yeah, you can give like your class and your...
I can hold on to it.
You can do your class and what your race is, but don't go into detail right now. Of like character description.
I am a half-elf rogue.
Precious. Who are you playing?
I'm Peyton. I'm playing Vanya. She is a hob-elf, half hobgoblin, half elf.
Hobgoblin elf.
It's a mouthful.
Yeah, she is a druid, and her animal companion is a raccoon named Cousin Jube Jube.
I am Daniel. I am playing Shump, the half-orc barbarian.
Delivered like a barbarian.
Perfect.
I have nothing else to say.
I mean, enough said.
First time player.
Yeah, y'all are first-time players.
Actually,
Yes.
forgive me. Okay, so we got Lenwe.
Me.
Oh, I'm half-orc.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. Our little party here.
A party of halvesies.
Mm-hmm. Outsiders, actually. All outsiders. Okay, so...
Ooh, the intrigue.
Yeah, right? Interesting. Okay, we see our party.
Already?
Yes.
What?
Yes, we're skipping the awkward introductions. That's happened.
Wow.
That's happened previously. That's not going to be like a flashback quest either. We're just going to knock out the awkwardness.
Are you about to tell me what happened?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
But you've previously already had introductions.
Okay.
Brief ones. On this, or in the direction you're traveling. Maybe you've had like small conversations trying to get to know each other. We see your party. You're on a wet path cutting through Elle Mar Swamp. And we see the four of you on... four of you on horseback. Vanya, I'm throwing something at you.
Okay.
You're going to have to use your...
Imagination.
Yeah, imagination. Okay. Give us a description of your character.
Oh, okay. She has peachy skin and really big, long goblin ears with like dangly, shiny pieces of things that she finds in her ears. She's got.
She found the items in her ears.
No, she found them along the way.
Okay. Then she put them on her ears.
Just magically all her.
God damn! What is she finding in her ears? They're big. I didn't know they catch things.
Yeah, they do. She's got like a blondish, blondie brown kind of hair, kind of on the short side, like a 5 foot kind of thing.
That's not short.
Well,
not in this world.
I guess not. Yeah.
Well,
okay.
I don't know what the customary height is for a
I would think
hob elf.
I would think an elf is fairly human size, and
human and a little taller,
right? So she's a little bit shorter because of that. She got that goblin in her.
Well, now we know what she does on the weekend.
Oh yeah.
And we already have like goblins in the. We're introduced to Gob. In the previous quest, the Goblin Prisoner.
The previous future quest.
Yeah, the previous future quest.
Because it's not happened yet.
Yeah.
And then there's Gross.
Yeah.
You're going to have some interesting interactions with some goblins.
Our previous future quest.
Yeah. And I got tiny, pointy teeth.
Oh.
Kind of like little goblin teeth.
Okay.
And that's about really it. I haven't really thought out much about like outfits or anything. It's just more of a...
And I have one more thing for you to quickly think about.
Okay.
And use your imagination. You were gifted a horse from I'm the shit stables.
Ooh,
What does
okay.
your horse look like? And what is your horse's name?
Oh, he's a big old horse. He's a big boy. He is a
Oh boy.
thick boy.
Right.
You know, like one of those like
Very
cartoonishly fat horse.
Maybe it's pregnant. Don't be rude.
Yeah,
No.
it's a Shire horse. I mean, it is
Oh, wow.
ridiculous seeing a tiny goblin on top of this big horse.
Maybe that's it.
You can
Because you're
communicate-
tiny, it's just...
It just
makes
looks
it
comparison. It's not that big.
Yeah,
It's just juxtaposed. in
Uh-huh.
size. Well, you
Yeah.
can communicate with animals.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean,
are you and your horse tight?
Yeah, we are. We're pretty freaking close.
What color?
I'm thinking like a light dire kind of gray, like a little looks boring, but it's
A little tawny gray.
tawny gray, maybe little speckles of darker colors here and there. Probably like a darker gray mane with like little fur on its hoofs, like a traditional Shire horse.
Big boy.
Yeah, he a big boy, and he gets around okay with Jube Jube. Him and Jube Jube don't like always get along. What is his name though? I don't. I want to name it after your mom's dog. His name is Baxter.
I love it. I love it.
Baxter. Love it.
Kind of like our character exercises we did. What is your character's thoughts about being in critter-infested Elle Mar Swamp? There are alligators and there's insects that are constantly buzzing around your ears.
She's pretty hyped about the alligators and the nature, but she's not excited about them bugs. She don't. Some of them could probably take her and carry her off, so she ain't. She's not too happy about that. But other than that, she's pretty excited. Pretty happy.
All right, Shump. Give us a description of Shump.
So Shump is, of course, he's the half orc. He is about 7 feet tall, 240 pounds.
Goodness.
Hair is kind of a hair's kind of a braided top knot kind of thing, like the axe shaved sides, kind of like almost I have to imagine that hairstyle.
Oh, that's not the reason I was looking at.
Top knots seem to be a popular theme with our half orcs.
Hey, just chunk it up, put it up,
right.
it's there.
All
It's
right.
a very
I do
simple race. It's very simple.
You actually, when you before you were gifted your horse, you're going to have to come up with a description of your horse. Sorry to cut you off from your description.
You're good.
You met one of the Heroes of Irthos before heading out with actually the other hero of Irthos with you. You met the half orc Yorn, who's a wheelchair bound half orc, and he shared a top knot kind of like yours, but his is more shaggy and grown out.
Dreadlocks.
Yeah, dreadlocks too. Dreadlocks.
Battle worn.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And he actually, there was very few words exchanged between the two of you. Yorn is a man of few words, but he did give entrusted you with a piece of important document. You may want to put this down.
You don't have props?
What?
You could have given him a
I know, I didn't have time to come up with a document.
said
It's
something.
it's pretty much I'll have to go look down. It is the Heroes of Irthos acquisition contract.
Oh my.
It gives you a +5, a bonus to your
Diplomacy?
diplomacy, and you'll know when to use it. And you only get the one, so when it gets used, it'll disappear from your inventory.
Alright. So skin's kind of a grayish green, typical orc color. Do I go ahead and describe my horse?
Yes.
What kind of armor do you have on?
My armor is
What's the vibe?
studded leather, just nice, veg tan, typical leather color. Got little studs all on it,
Okay.
rounded over studs. My horse is kind of opposite to her, whereas hers looks huge in contrast. I almost look like I'm wearing a walk
little
Like,
pony.
you almost wonder if I could just run faster than I could be on the horse.
Do you kind of toddle and like your feet could touch the ground?
Yes.
Is it not quite that small?
Like, I can see me kind of lift my feet up a little bit off the ground, higher than I should have to be on the horse. But it's a nice piebald color. Its eyes have that. If you ever seen a horse with like the almost white colored eyes, the pupil in the center, where it's like they're staring off into the void and nothingness.
Do they go in different directions?
Yes.
Oh, bless. Bless.
Precious.
So you're just walking terrified, but I think he terrifies my enemies when he looks into their soul.
He looks in both of their souls. Does he have a name?
And his name will be...
What about Mayo? We got Mustard from the same stable, right?
I love that. That is beautiful. His name is Mayo.
Oh,
Perfect.
we're gonna end up with a bunch of condiment naming horses.
I should name mine Ketchup.
Oh, I don't know. I like Baxter a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay.
Got another brain exercise for you.
All right.
Same as Vanya. What are your character's thoughts about being the critter-infested Elle Mar Swamp?
Traveling through the forest, I'm a much bigger character, so I have much more confidence in walking through these trees and forest. I'm kind of always looking at my shoulder, making sure they're safe and okay, but always thinking in the back of my head, if I had the chance and I got off this horse, what would one of those critters taste like?
Valid.
I love it.
Man of simple needs.
Like meat.
Jerky. Okay. You have been both invited to potentially become agents of Irthos. That is, if you choose to follow that path. I'm not going to force you down that path. You may want to be outside the agents or even the heroes themselves. But that's up to you if you want to continue down that. Lenwe, you don't mind? Will you give a description of Lenwe?
It's been a really long time since I've had to do that. I just assumed everybody knew, you know. Well, Lenwe is wearing a series of dark leathers and a sort of angled cloak. I carry a bow on my back and quiver. There's at least one dagger visible on my belt. Visible, keyword there. Not super interactive with everybody. We keep it cordial, but I don't have a lot to say to everybody at present. What? What? Well, you wouldn't give me any prior information to
We're
go
all
in
just
here.
riding down the
So.
forest looking at each other. Just,
Right. But
Remember, there is a fourth member with you.
yes. But again, keep it cordial. But I don't know you, and there's an air of business is going on elsewhere. I'm like, you know what? This sucks. But yeah, dark leathers and Kate.
You usually like to travel alone.
Yes.
So there's that too.
Very much solo quest lines. But I'm a top. We're describing horses too, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Your horse.
Yes.
And the name of your
Is a black mare.
horse.
So we got some big boys. We get some ladies in here. Just a fit, sleek black mare. No other identifying marks or stars or whatever you call them. And her name is Weed a Shit. She comes from Ida Shit Stables and from a noble lineage. And it's Weed a Shit.
Oh my god, I love it.
You're welcome.
I love it.
Yeah. Weed a Shit. Uh-huh.
Traveling with your party is Sadie Hadrich, a female bard with auburn shoulder-length hair. She sits upon her horse
Oh.
with her head looking down as she scratches into a leather-bound notebook.
God.
Throughout this journey, she has asked Lenwe questions, just constant questions, about your previous adventures and the Elle Mar, and also details specifically about what was your reasoning to come to Elle Mar Swamps, like almost 20 years ago. That's been.
Girl, I don't know.
She's also asking, like, and after all the business with the Draconic rising up during the Draconic Wars, what did you do during that decade away from your fellow heroes? And this line of questions she had for you just kept going and going and going.
What languages does she know?
I'm gonna assume she knows. I didn't create her character.
Well, but no, I'm asking what languages does she know?
How much languages does a human usually get? It's about.
It depends on her intelligence. Everybody.
We're going to assume 2 languages she knows.
Okay, so she does
I'm gonna
common
write-
and what else?
It's going to be common. She may know a third because of her profession. Common and Elven.
Right. Well, there are no dwarves here, and I know Dwarven. So, any answers I give her begrudgingly are only surface level topics. Can't exactly be too forthcoming with information. One, because I don't fucking remember. I don't know what we did in Elle Mar Swamp. That was a long time ago. And if she asks more pointed questions, I deliver them in Dwarven.
Okay.
No explanations. Leave me alone.
Okay. She's not picking up on the hint. She keeps asking questions, and
if she questions me, I'll just act like, what are you talking about? I'm not speaking another
There's
language.
one final question that she had for you before she just gives up. Maybe she turns her attention to Vanya and Shump. Maybe. But the question is, did you leave the Heroes of Irthos because of the fire incident in Bryn? Was that the reason for you leaving?
I didn't have anything to do with the fire, okay? Okay, I didn't have anything to do with the fire.
Can I get that as like a direct quote from you, Lenwe?
Yes.
On the record, you had nothing to do with the fire.
On the record,
So,
I didn't have anything to do with this fucking fire.
So it was the...
Blame the Valiant Guild.
That was going to be my next question.
Blame them.
It was the docks that caught ablaze, and just so happened the Valiant Guild, and it is like through my research I did learn that the Heroes of Irthos and the Valiant Guild they at one time had like
we had beef.
They had beef. They clashed. So on the record, you had nothing to do with the fire.
Lenwe, had nothing to do with the fucking fire in Bryn. And you shouldn't believe what all the other bards say, either. Whatever bard man was from the Valiant Guild, he loved to run his mouth. I didn't have anything to do with the fire. I tried to not cover up their mess. I didn't say that. Get to the bottom of their mess and clear everybody's name. But you know what? Don't nobody thank me for that kind of shit. So, you know what? No, I didn't have anything to do with the fire. That was a long time ago. Bryn is fine. The Valiant Guild is gone. Just don't worry about it.
And she is clearly pleased that she was able to at least get one thing out of you. And her nose is like really deep into her book, like into the seams of it, and she's just like
filling it up.
Yeah, and as her nose is down, and she asks, and you had nothing to do with it, and you were gone before the bounty was placed on your group's heads, right?
Yep, wasn't even there.
All right, great. This is good stuff, great stuff. The gossip columns, they're going to love this. And she just keeps scratching away.
Whatever. Maybe if I give her enough, she'll leave me alone.
Exactly.
But I didn't have anything to do with the fire. I wasn't even there. Wasn't even in that quest.
You weren't.
I just kind of look at you, and then I say, I wasn't even there.
I guess. No, we weren't there.
Shump was enforced. Shump was not.
Shump side eye. Okay.
Just looking at the lady, hoping she stops talking.
Oh,
You and me both.
I don't. I don't know if you guys saw the little update to the quest for the event, about like the details of what the quest is going to be.
I
I forgot to because that's kind of important to this, and I meant to.
So glad you led with that.
I know I should have led with that, but it was my bad. Before leaving, the reason that you left out for
You want
to go on
reverse a little bit?
No, not reverse. I'll just pretty much what did the letter say?
The Heroes of Ethos has been contacted by an agent of the White Falcons. Lady Shady Moves meet in the Draconic Ruins in Elle Mar Swamp.
Awesome, and that's where you're heading towards at this moment. The Draconic Ruins in the Elle Mar Swamp.
This place sucks.
It does.
Hey, is this where I made my crocodile?
It is where you made the crocodile.
So one of our first quests for context.
Sadie, she's scratching this down.
What languages do y'all speak?
I speak Elven, Common, Sylvan, Druic, and Goblin. So take
Sylvan
your
is like the language of the trees.
Sylvan, okay.
Yeah. And you just got Orcish.
I got common and orc.
Oh man.
So this is a common.
Orc? Did you have Orc?
No, I don't have Orc.
Okay.
You think you would have that since I've been in your party?
All right. Shit. Fine. Whatever. I'll just do it in common. The last time I was in Elle Mar Swamp, we had to cross some sus waters. This was the Draconic Ruins, that first one. Oh shit!
The very same Draconic Ruins you're going to now.
Fuck me, man. It's all coming back to me now. It's coming back. We were a little pressed on how to cross this water. We don't know how deep it is. Like I said, it's gross.
Can I add something right quick? You have noticed that your return to the Elle Mar Swamp, it has been. You see that there's actually a apparent path through the Elle Mar Swamp, like someone had been kind of landscaping, creating
paths.
A crude road
right
through the swamp.
I don't know how I feel about that. It was pretty
It's
untamed.
muddy.
Last time I was here,
It's
pretty untamed.
Still untamed, but they are currently trying to build a road through.
Oh, good luck with that.
Yeah.
But yes, as we tried to breach the ruins last time, we were contemplating our different means of traversing the water. Our sorceress, Eru. Have they met Eru?
No, they have not met Eru.
Our sorceress, Eru, summoned a porpoise. Crossed the swamp without difficulty. There was some question on everyone's ability to swim.
Of course.
So I let them deal with that. But in the meantime, we killed some crocodiles, to which I used one of their bloated corpses as a gondola. And crocodila'd my way across.
As you do.
Uh-huh.
As you do.
Yeah.
Very, very smart move.
I thought it was great.
Extremely intelligent.
I've got actually some art I commissioned of that from a different artist. Yeah, I don't have it printed. But, yeah, sure do.
You can post it into the group. Well, outside that very same draconic room, I didn't ever write this into my document, but you see that it is overgrown with plant life. The stone of the runes are black glass-like. Smooth. It almost looked like dragon stone carvers long ago chiseled patterns into the stone. There's broken pillars leaning on each other, just like standing straight up. The pillars stone welded upon stone with dragon fire. The entrance is a mouth of a cave. There is a large decorative stone arches over the cave.
Are those your old notes?
No. Back then when I ran Quest, I winged the whole thing. So I have no notes whatsoever.
I didn't know if you were pulling from your original description.
I had to go add this. It was the way I ran
curious.
Quest back then was a bulleted notes of the main highlights of what's going to happen, and that was it.
That's fair.
We was definitely by the seat of our pants.
Yeah, not anymore though. I like to.
We made it happen.
There's the large cave with the arch over it. The arch is decorative stone, most broken. One remains. Vines and flowers hang from it, and it just so happens to be the arch that's just right over the entrance of the ruins. That these big pretty vines and flowers are. That you see that the ground is a mixture of rocky earth and ash, and the ruins butts up against the Elle Mar Swamp, and you can see some in the swampy waters kind of in front of it is
a crocodile.
Yeah. Some of those same pillars, but submerged in the swampy waters. The swamp had long ago swallowed the Draconic ruins over time.
It was a shit heap when I was here last time.
Mm-hmm.
It's even worse now.
But also outside the Draconic ruin, you see that there is a camp that has been set up.
Ooh.
Among the crumbled pillars, you see a couple canvas tents that have been set up. Also, going towards in front of the ruins and that swampy waters, you see that there is a recently built rope bridge that goes across it.
So no crocodile is necessary.
Adventurers no longer have to cross the swamp to wade across it anymore. They can just take that bridge.
I guess it is practical, but it's so less cool.
And in that same direction where the bridge is, into the swampy waters, you see that the trees have been cut back from the site, brush thinned, and you could see. I know she's so pathetic. That same crude road that you had been traveling on, you see where it kind of snakes upwards a bit, but don't be fooled. The road quickly dips, and it is still muddy, and it is
gross.
It is the Elle Mar Swamp, so it's not going to be easy traveling.
Swamp do be swamping.
Yes.
It's going to be difficult to ride or walk. You recognize the banners of House Lock. They're on the tents, and they are on the banners. You see the symbol of the house lock. A key and a padlock stitched into it, and you also see a small group of men, about 5 to 6, all currently doing various camp things. And there's a man towards the rope bridge that is on watch. And you are greeted by an agent of the White Falcon.
Oh.
A familiar face for Lenwe.
Oh.
He is tall. He has a hard, weathered face.
Oh, you paused a little too long there.
His eyes cold. Matthew the Rogue. He wears weathered commoner's clothing from travel and wading boots. He swats as insects as he comes out to greet you all. And
can't you do something about these bugs? Can't you do some druid shit?
Probably. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I can tell you what kind of bugs they are. I'm not a bug whisperer. I talk to raccoons.
Okay.
He is clearly not happy about his current mission being
You and me both, babe.
in Elle Mar Swamp, but he is clearly happy to see Lenwe.
Oh, me too.
Maybe he's happy to see someone else too. He says, "Heil, I hope that journey was who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? My God, this swamp is horrible." The man, he considers you all. His eyes linger from Lenwe,
Matthew.
and he.
Hey.
He nods. Can you tell there was at one point some
Hey.
Something.
something going on with Matthew here?
Yeah,
I just
picking up on.
Hey.
And he tries to hide, maybe he blushes a little bit. I don't know. But he tries to hide
I'm gonna
it.
give him a blush and go, hey.
and try to play it off.
I'm just playing it. Hey.
Shump just gives you the side eye, like, what was that?
What's going on?
That's all that needs to be said between us right now. Hey.
Hey.
It's adult things. Don't worry about it.
It's adult things.
Shump just shakes his head.
His eyes just linger on you. They're a little longer
Oh.
than they should. They're caring eyes. You can see the care
It's been a long time.
come out of the hardness of his eyes. But
I
then,
hope that's not the only thing that's hard.
but then you see his attention go elsewhere. His attention turns to Sadie, and he says,
Is she with you?
"What?
I'm talking about. I see him looking at it. Did you send her? Because I'm real over her shit.
No, that was not me, Lenwe. Not
I'm real
me.
over her shit.
You actually would know. It's she was hired by the Paladin Fume.
God damn it, Fume! God damn it!
You both would have met Fume. He is the commander of the Heroes of Irthos at the Heroes Lodge.
Well, then I can ask Matthew. I do. I asked Matthew. God damn it! Why did he send her? Just bugging the shit out of me.
I don't know, Lenwe.
Send her somewhere else.
I was. Well, it was actually her who answers. I was hired to write the novel of the Heroes of Irthos, the novelization. I'm to record all of your adventures, and I'm going to be with you throughout.
Oh God!
Great. Love that.
I don't love that. I don't love that.
But his attention turns to Sadie. Matthew says to her, "Sadie, glad to see you. I absolutely enjoy your gossip pieces." And
I look at him. What the fuck?
And I'm glad to see that you were able to get out of Shadow Valley. And she actually she climbs out of the saddle of her horse and she runs into Matthew's arms, giving him a tight hug. And he receives the hug and returns it, and he pushes her away, holding her on the shoulders, and just looking at her, like looking over, like you would look to see if like you're checking to see if someone's well.
Oh,
and,
what?
Oh.
And you see her like him, like grab onto her shoulders and like squeeze them, and he pushes her away, and that's all that's said.
I don't like that either.
Shump looks at Lou and
Everyone
goes,
finds Sadie dead the next morning.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what happened?
I don't
lift
know.
a big enough stick for you to do it.
Oh, I don't need a stick. I'll
Well,
never know what killed her.
From Sadie, he turns to you, Lenwe, and says,
I
Well,
give the
"Well, I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see that my letter reached you."
It did.
I told you I created some drama.
I
on
looked
this
away,
one.
clearly offended in my own way. It did.
It did.
I'm glad you're doing well.
Yeah. Despite the swamp, I'm doing well. I'm glad to not be posted in Shadow Valley anymore.
Understandable.
And that's actually the reason I have contacted you and the Heroes of Irthos. It's about the domain of House Shade.
Her again.
Yes, her.
It's been a long time.
A very long time. It's actually been very quiet on the her domain has been very quiet. Ever since the blow Lady Shady took from losing the Bandit King, she has been cut off and alone, exiled by the other houses of Irthos.
Goodness.
But that has changed. I came upon intel of a new group
Oh.
that House Shade has made contact with and allied itself with.
Who is this house?
The group calls themselves the Serpents.
Uh-oh.
White Falcon agents. They have tried to infiltrate the group, have unfortunately never returned.
Leave it to me.
That's exactly why.
I infiltrated an entire cult,
That's exactly
and nobody
why,
batted an eye.
why I thought to contact you and the Heroes of Irthos.
Well, if it's infiltration you're looking for, best stay away from Fume. It's kind of after I say his name.
No, it is not infiltration we are
Oh.
looking for. I would recommend not trying to infiltrate their group.
Shump will crush.
No, Shump. No crush yet.
You're not listening to the man. That's what he wants.
Soon, Shump.
No.
Sounds like he's got it figured
Soon.
out. Let him crush.
Oh, I forgot. I pulled an arrow of not like introducing. He introduced himself as Matthew, and introductions are made.
Yeah.
Lenwe, who are your traveling companions? I know Sadie, but I don't know these other two faces.
I don't really know.
You don't?
I don't really know. Did we all receive letters?
No, it was
or-
you. But
Oh.
it was
I don't know how the fuck they got here. Shit.
it was Shrump and
Shrump.
Shrump and
It's the opposite of a shrimp. Is a shrimp.
yeah.
Or is it past tense?
Vanya. Yeah, it had been it's kind of like an initiation mission to becoming an agent that you had been that you're coming along.
I feel like that's necessary information.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why they were called.
Who are they initiates of? Like, is it Fume? Is it somebody else?
Oh, they
Uh-huh.
I met him, you said, or the other one.
Vanya and Shrump, they're the potential agent
Right.
recruits.
But what is the recruitment process?
Oh,
Like, how would they be approached in this
Yeah,
situation?
exactly.
that was approached by the members of the Heroes of Irthos as
one?
potential Fume. We're just gonna say Fume. I wasn't
Damn
prepared
it.
for that. Fucking Fume. He's the paladin
everywhere.
commander. And I guess it's canon. He's in charge of recruitment.
Okay.
Except for the other agent. There was some other agents that was actually recruited by Jade.
Right.
Who went to
I
take
heard.
on the Winter Engine.
I heard.
Actually,
Have they returned?
We're going to just assume introductions are made between
Yeah. Well,
Sure, fine.
Matthew.
Fume sent them.
Yeah.
Mm.
This is not a mission to go in and take out the target. I recommend not taking that route.
Shump's disappointed. Doesn't know why he's here.
What a
That's
bummer.
not why.
The mission, we've learned that the Serpents are traveling. They are moving a caravan
Ooh.
coming from the Shadow Valley, heading south. And they have bypassed the Lock Gates Fortress.
Oh my.
They've cut through the Bulkhead Mountain, and we have predicted the route to be coming through here, through the Elle Mar Swamp.
That's quite the trek.
What's in this caravan? Do we know?
They're coming from the
The Shadow Valley.
Shadow Valley. Okay.
They cut through
Ooh.
the
Where did they
Bulkhead.
come from initially?
That we don't know. We don't know. They happened to their group appeared in the Shadow Valley.
Oh.
But where they came from
Before
and like he explained that his agents disappear when trying to infiltrate them. We managed to learn that the Serpents is transporting an artifact in this caravan. And we're going to set up an ambush and retrieve the artifact.
This is the White Falcons planning this ambush type thing?
Actually, a good question. No. White Falcons, they are
They're a rogue organization.
Oh,
they're a
okay.
spy
I've
network, I
had
think.
prior dealings with them
Oh.
They
on
found
multiple occasions.
they found the. I have so many characters in places. They're an ancient group of guild of thieves and assassins, and also brokers of information. Matthew isn't necessarily doing this mission for the White
Whose
Falcons.
camp is this, rather?
Oh, remember the.
Oh, that's right.
House
Lock.
Lock.
Right.
And,
Right. So they want the information? Are they the ones brokering
It's
with?
a
White
combination.
Falcons?
No, it's a combination of House Lock and the Heroes Lodge. It's transporting an artifact, and we're going to ambush and retrieve that artifact.
Right. So it's House Lock's plan, is what I'm asking.
And the Heroes Lodge Fume.
Right.
We won't.
Fucking few.
This asshole. That fucking guy.
That guy.
We need to get a hold of this artifact. We need to find out what it is.
Okay. Well,
Especially considering it's of an importance of Shady Lady.
that we think that we're
Yes.
assuming.
Oh, we know for sure that they have allied each other, with each other.
If you've not been able to get any intelligence, how do you know?
We've seen them working together. This group has appeared in our courts.
No, I know. I'm saying that all of your infiltrators haven't returned. How do you have
Infiltrators that have gotten close to the Serpents.
Oh.
Not the infiltrators
I'm
that
just
we
trying
have.
to make sure you haven't been fed poor information.
No, Matthew's good.
I'm just trying to look out for you. Just saying. I hope you and Sadie are happy together.
Is that what you say?
Yes.
Oh, you're mistaken. Lenwe, no. We met in the Shadow Valley.
That still didn't answer that question.
What was the question?
I didn't ask you together.
Is that what you're asking?
No.
Okay.
God. Eat your dinner, Tina. God. How am I mistaken? You just said you found her there. Ooh, okay. Ooh, find a shiny coin on the ground. See a penny, pick it up. Ooh, found it.
And it's actually Sadie that speaks up. I clearly see, like, there's some hostility towards it. He rescued me from Shady's court. She was trying to silence me when I was asking questions. And,
How did you get to her court?
well, it's easy to get into her court. Not easy to get out, though.
Well,
She was asking questions. Yeah, she's a
she needs to learn to keep her mouth shut.
she's a bard reporter.
She needs to learn to keep her mouth shut. Whatever.
Shump is just looking between Leeway and Matt. What the heck is
Whatever.
going on?
Well, that was good of you, I guess. I guess.
That is not why I summoned you, or asked you to come here.
Yeah, why did you? Why did you, sir?
As he explained before, your skills, your
yeah.
skills are needed. You're
Yeah.
pulling off a heist, for God's sake.
Oh, yeah.
By the gods.
That sounds good. I'm good at that.
Exactly.
Can we just move on? Let's just move on.
Finally, the points.
Let's just move on.
If you need any further reasons to do this mission, the reward for accepting the mission, well, the spoils of war,
I love
and of
rewards.
course, the invitation to join the Heroes of Irthos as an agent. Okay,
Do we like participate and make camp?
Yes,
amongst
actually,
them?
actually, yes. Before we get down to that, yeah, we'll do some more of that fun character exercise.
Oh,
You are setting
yeah.
up camp.
Okay.
Then wait, what does that look like?
for me.
Actually, yeah, for you. What did that? But first, before that, I'm gonna go forward with some of that drama that I introduced with the Matthew. He actually approaches.
I don't
Sadie.
have a tent.
Actually,
I don't know if I do actually.
you don't have a tent.
I don't know.
Probably have a bedroll. He actually escorts her to one of the canvas tents that they have already set up, and escorts it, and she goes into it, and they have an exchange, and then they part ways.
What do you?
Yeah. What is your you set amp camp? What does that look like? What is that process?
Ugh, I don't know. How big overall is the camp? Like, how many tents are we talking? How many?
There's 5 canvas tents.
Okay, how many other soldiers are there?
There is a total of 6. There's 5 milling about doing camp activities in the one.
Okay, so it's not like a big soldier camp, and
No,
this
no,
is
no,
just
no,
a
no.
handful of
Yeah,
folks.
it's
Okay,
just-
okay, I got you.
It's a small detachment.
Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of. He didn't prepare me. I don't have a whole lot of equipment, but
After all these years, you don't have.
I have a bedroll and a winter blanket. I've got more important stuff like some cool shit I stole, a whore license, and a brothel fan, and 2/3 of a monastery deed,
We never did explore that.
and a flask of some special ale. Oh, I have some white falcon poison and centipede poison. Where the hell did I get that? Assuming there's some sort of like mess tent, where they are kitchening and food related.
Yeah, we're going to
right?
assume that's there.
The old Cookie got to set up the wagon somewhere.
That's one of the 6.
Okay.
No cook.
I would first sort of unpack my horse, weed a shit. You started it.
No, I love it.
To, like I said, just kind of get her settled for the night first, wherever they're, sort of putting their horses and things like that. And then I go to the mess tent or wherever they're, setting up food type thing. Their commissary or, like I said, just mess tent. And I don't necessarily join their folks or their camp people, but I post up on like a tent post and kind of do some eavesdropping.
Awesome.
Classic,
Classic rogue activities.
But like not so that Matthew's looking or anything, just there.
Not keeping your eye on that.
No,
not at all.
And I drink my special flask of Trendorian ale.
How much is it left?
I don't know. There's no quantity.
Really?
Yeah, it's a special item.
Interesting.
And yeah, I just kind of do some observing and eavesdropping anywhere to get away from Sadie. I just hope she doesn't see me.
Trying to avoid her.
Do I hear any fun gossip or?
No, you don't.
Damn it!
You sure don't.
Nothing.
You hear about. You mostly hear the fear about the upcoming heist.
That sucks.
The Serpent Guild. They've heard how dangerous.
So mostly quiet.
Yeah, it's pretty eerily quiet for the upcoming mission.
Well, that's uneasy.
Yeah, Vanya, what is you setting up camp? What is your little campsite?
So I've unpacked my horse and I've taken care of it, given it all the pats and treats that it wants.
All the apples.
What was the horse's name?
Baxter. Giving Baxter all the attention he needs. And I kind of scope around at the local flora and fauna around the camp with Cousin Juju. We sniff things out together.
You actually physically...
A little bit, yeah. I'm kind of creep on the ground. Like I'm on the ground sniffing. And Juju's doing the same. And just see what kind of flora and fauna I'm looking at. Because, I'm not used to swamps. I'm used to normal...
Forest?
Forest,
a temperate
just
forest.
Just normal forest. And, try to keep my ears open, my big ears open to, any possible whisperings or gossip or,
What you doing? You have nature knowledge, right?
Yeah, I do.
Do a nature knowledge check.
Yes, I was actually about to suggest. I was pulling up a list of swamp plants, but Google is taking forever to...
Yeah, it was taking forever for me, too.
So
you roll your d20.
Okay.
And then in the box, that
right here.
final total is what you're going to add to your roll.
Okay.
So yeah, the one...
Yeah.
Your equation goes that way. So whatever's in the box is your final answer. There you go.
2.
Oh, excuse me.
12.
14.
Oh, perfect. That is great.
What is Jube like?
Miko from Pocahontas.
Yeah.
That little inquisitive little
troublemaker.
Little shit.
Shit.
That's what
Okay.
Jube's like. Like he sniffs in other people's bags.
Keep his hands to himself.
He's got nimble fingers. He likes to sniff.
He's gonna regret that.
Sniff in bags. He looks for a good treat. Good biscuit. He likes a good biscuit.
You might want to keep him in line. I'm just gonna warn you.
Okay.
You fooling a camp full of rogues. Might be a dangerous situation.
But he's just sniffing around. I'm sniffing around. Physically on the ground.
Physically. People like, the fuck?
All fours.
This plant, you maybe don't usually see this plant growing into a swamp. You're surprised that you actually see it here. It's you recognize as a goblin rogue. It's a medium-sized bush with yellow-orange berries. And
wait, the bush is called Goblin Rogue?
It's called Goblin Rogue.
Really?
Goblin Rogue.
Did you make that up?
No, I found something here.
Well, alright.
Usually in autumn, it has these yellow berries that grow on it. And, hobgoblin, right? Half goblin? You know that it can be, the berries, it can be made into goblin ink, which is waterproof. And it's usually worth about 20 gold.
I collect those berries.
It's not in
what-
bloom yet because it's
you have to know what time of year is
it's
it?
remember if you listen to the winter engine, you know that it was like a unnaturally long
Right,
winter.
so it's spring.
It's starting to
spring
become
now.
spring. But if you were to take like a cutting, you could take a cutting of it and be able to
Can I roll the weather dice for the current weather?
yeah, do it.
Oops. Nope.
And also with your at the Heroes Lodge,
Underwhelming.
you met the
Warm and
gardener
sunny.
there when you were there.
Ooh.
And she was working on preparing that garden. So wink, wink, hint, hint.
Okay, yeah. So I collected a nice little cutting of this little goblin rogue bush. And I put it in my
You trim the goblin bush?
Yeah, I trimmed the bush. I trimmed the goblin bush.
Oh my god, I love it. I love this. Okay, Shump.
All right.
Same scenario. Like,
So as we get
what
to
does you making camp look like? What does the camp look like? What do you do at camp?
So as Shump gets to the camp, as we're all getting our horses down, of course, like Vanya, put Mayo up on a post.
Mayo.
Pick some apples.
I kind of forgot. And then you said it again.
Love it.
And as Vanya starts doing her little search, I kind of pat her on the head and say, "Good hunting," because I know what she's about to want to do. I've been with her for as far as I
Looking
can
for somewhere
remember.
to take a shit.
Yeah, sure.
And I kind of make my way past all the other people at the camp who are giving her the awkward looks, not paying them no mention nor mind, and head straight to the food tent.
Perfect.
It's a good place
And I just
to be.
kind of use my intimidating figure, just kind of walk in and start just like picking what I think they'll allow me to pick up, just like eat it. And I set my bedroll right outside the tent, just kind of face it, fully expecting in the
Wait, the
morning
food
I'll be the
tent?
first one. Yes, fully expecting to be the first one to eat in the morning.
You're food driven.
I'm right where Vanya can see me, and I'll make sure I'll be the first one to eat in the morning when it comes
And
available.
do you get up and spin around a few times before you lie down?
Oh yeah.
Okay. It's gotta be right.
Because remember, he also is a.
But remember, I'm a big man too, so I'm sitting
Half
like
orc.
kind of like half, all like almost like dog butt, scratching my
Right.
way around, trying to
Right.
feel comfortable.
Oh my
Christ.
god, I love it. Oh lord.
Oh, that's good.
Well, now that you guys had made camp,
Oh, I didn't put a tent anywhere.
you don't have a tent, right?
No, wherever will I sleep?
Well,
What
You
a
know-
bummer.
you know where you're gonna sleep.
What?
It's time
What
for
do you mean?
this is gonna be a intermission. You guys can take a break.
Okay.
And then we're
I
gonna
need a
move on-
refill.
We're gonna move on to Act 2.